Alright, how's it going, folks? Now, businesses will change forever. And today, me and my missus walk around to an outlet store and see what's going on. I did make this sort of comment, this topic, probably early in March or February, in regards to the coronavirus and what it meant to business. I would never thought that this would ever, back in February and March, especially February, we never thought that this would ever hit hardly in Australia. Today, June 12th, it has hit nearly every single country. Countries has changed dramatically. Social distancing, punishing those who are opening their shops or doing things like that. Countries who hasn't eased down, lives has changed forever. And one thing that I mentioned on the video of the COVID-19 is the owners of the business, whether you rent a shop or bought the shop, right? Even though in Australia, banks will say they would defer any of those on home loan up to 6 months. All right. After 6 months, then you don't have to pay a home loan. After 6 months, then you pay, more of your monthly repayments, or perhaps your mortgage will be a lot more bigger than ever than before because you're back pay for 6 months. Nothing is free in this country. All right. How would it change? All right. This is worse than depression and recession. Let's just put it as a fact, right? I'm only speaking those countries out there like not loosening up, and the businesses are not as held what it used to be. I think now is everyone's waiting for vaccines and our life will go back to the normal stage. God knows how long is that going to be? A year and a half, or 2 years? But let's just talk about business and how business will change the country they're in. I'm only speaking on behalf of the Western world. Western worlds are very, very high on the social security, social welfare. Right, that's the word for it. Now, as you guys know, Western world, there's a decline of a population growth. Even Australia, even it's increasing, but local people are not really sprouting out with families or children or things like that. In comparison, those who are newly arrived or recently arrived migrants, right? That's another topic on another video. You got all these businesses. Every single business has impacted. Some businesses are very successful during the coronavirus. Some of them impacted, and we have to discuss it all the way through. All right. Now, during war, recession, or depression, business are still able to open their doors. All right. In a coronavirus setting is a different story. All right. The government will fine you, will punish you for opening certain shops, certain industry that is not on the government listing. Right. Some of them, the government will say, we can open a bit for the restaurants, the cafes, limited people at the libraries, or you limited people into gyms or things like that. All right, so you kind of understand. All right, retail is going to be hard hit. People, they can't have the mass of the people coming in like what they used to have, or they can't have the people doesn't have the money savings that they used to have. Right now, it's holding up because of the government in Australia is heading out 6 months. Until September with the social welfare for those who lost their jobs or things like that, and that's the welfare to hold it up. Now, regardless, is it enough for them or not enough? That's another question. All right. Businesses, for example, I'll give you guys example, right? Businesses who, especially the leisure center is going to be the hardest hit. Obviously a lot of gyms will close down because they have a limited people on coming in and coming out. For example, if you want to go to a gym or you want to go to, I can't say gym. I don't know what gym's going to be like, but yeah, gym or perhaps swimming pools. You have to download that app and making it slot yourself the time session, and your maximum go is 3 times a week. Now, how long is this gonna, this sort of easing down? How it's gonna go? Because many countries out there are fearing of second wave, right? So everyone is preparing for it. Once business is not what it used to be, you reckon those owners is gonna say keep on doing half price rent? How many of them are willing to do it all the way through? And how many of them are willing to give free rent? How long? Or is it just a business? It's a business. Pay up. It is what it is in a business. It's on a contract. And it is going to be painful. A lot of them will claim bankruptcy. They have, remainder leasing, they have to pay back. There's no easy way out. When a business go out, or if business has shrunken, then the society, what has happened is there will be less workers, right? Owners will hire their family members, even cheaper, to run the business instead of having 50 workers or things like that, right? Or hire the best of the best worker, all right? So you have all this social distancing. How long will these businesses will survive? Even though governments will hand out all this stimulus package, for example, right now, businesses get 10 grand. Now, how long can 10 grand will last? Now, every individual business works differently, all right? I'm not going to complain or anything. Oh, my thing is frozen. Okay, we'll get there. But 10,000, you still got to pay bills, all right? You still got to pay rent, and you still got to pay your overheads. And if your business is not what it used to be, how long can you survive your business? That's why I said retail recreation is finished, my friend. Oh, wow, I'm upside down. All right. And those businesses can survive. You got to be a great techie head, download app and social distance, to be patient. Time is money nowadays. Now we're spending a lot more time to go shopping centers, so we have to do social distance and all these hygiene cares and things like that. There's going to be a lot more empty shops in the shopping mall. Shopping mall is going to struggle. White collar business, ITs, all these business buildings, they'll be empty. And why? You already reached to 8 minutes and a half, and you ask me why does it matter to me? It does really matters to you, because many of these businesses, or some of these businesses, were never able to be open ever again. These owners or shopping centers or they will never give them an easy pass, because they're asked to cover as well. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that sort of setting, what's going to happen is there's going to be mass bankruptcy, and savings are drained. They can't start their business again. Many of them have lost their job, all right? And what's going to happen is there's going to be very, very less wage earners or income taxes coming to the country. Now, in the Western world, quarter of the taxes go towards the social welfare. And plus, export and imports are even harder for many countries. Especially in Australia, it's been bad. We've got this war going on with China. It's a heavy impact. Other countries may rely on holidays. Money, free money, that's gone. Real estate, those who have savings or have a very secure job, can jump on real estate. It's going to affect those who are mortgage lenders. borrowers, banking is going to suffer a lot. And it's a total mess that nobody knows when these things going to go back to normal. And it wouldn't be. And it will destroy everything. Right? Unless those who are printing out money or make things a lot easier. Like I said, recession, depression, war, business still running. Regardless they're making money or not, at least they can survive or barely survive or hang in there. And when the war's finished, they can get there. Coronavirus is, man, you open a shop, it's like the biggest crime ever. But at the same time, you still have to pay rent and bills. How much longer will it last? This is a big question mark, right? And rent every year goes up. Any business will tell you this straight away. Maintenance will go up, fees will go up, Stratas, everything, body corporate, whatever you guys call it. Nothing's getting cheaper. And have you realized what multinational companies are doing right now? They're adding more AI cameras, and more self-serve technology. That's what's going to end up. And this is what people keep telling. The rich gets richer, the poor gets poorer. But the whole country society is going to crumble. It may sound very dark, but if the country keep printing out money and give out social welfare, how much longer would this gonna last? There's no tourism, there's no students, international students coming in and out. Even if they're able to come in, the family doesn't have the money or the country doesn't have the scholarship funding for it. Export import has this whole thing has crumbled, my friend. Try to open your own business in this country makes it even harder. Social distancing and this and that, getting your temperature check. Oh, and one more thing, cash. Not accepting cash, getting cashless. Tap your card, tap your credit card, tap your bank cards. People have wages and they have wages, they have this, that, and crumbles a lot of families. It's going to put a lot of depression, suicidal, in the very skyrocketing place right now. Who would have thought, like alcohol? Alcohol is the booming industry. Even going to a gambling casino nowadays is banned. Even if it goes back to normal, it's not going to go back to normal, alright? So, forget about it. So that's the video.